Good morning, I'm Dan DeRose with 19 News, coming to you from our digital desk. We're going to be taking you to a news conference being put on by the Ohio Department of Transportation as well as the Ohio State Highway Patrol. The good news is that fatalities have been down in the state of Ohio the past 3 years, but it sounds like we're awfully close to hitting last year's numbers. Let's take a listen now to the spokeswoman for the Ohio Department of Transportation.
To do their part as well. Ohio has seen 3 straight years of declining traffic fatalities, and we need drivers to do their part to help us get to that 4th straight year. We need them to buckle up, watch their speed, drive sober, drop the distractions, and if you do those things, your chances of being in a crash will drop drastically. One fatality on Ohio's roadways is really too many, and recent data shows that the traffic deaths in 2025 are trending close to what we saw in 2024. And we really do not want to see that number exceed 2024's number. The holidays are a time for celebration with family and friends, and we want everyone to arrive to their destinations safely. Over the next several weeks, we're going to be rolling out videos and public safety announcements as a part of this year-end Home for the Holidays Safety Blitz. So these announcements are going to feature a family heading to grandma's house, and they're packing in the car, and they're talking about all the things that they're going to do to make sure that they can get there safely. We do appreciate our partners at the Ohio State Highway Patrol and the other local law enforcement agencies that are going to be doing this increased enforcement as we head into the end of the year to help Ohio achieve this 4th straight year of reduced traffic fatalities. The rest, though, is up to the Ohio drivers. We need people to buckle up, drop distractions, drive slower, and drive the speed limit, because being late isn't always a bad thing when you're heading to family, right? Come on now. And we want everyone to celebrate the holidays safely. So now I'm going to turn it over to Sergeant Kindler with the Highway Patrol.
Well, good morning, everyone. I'm Sergeant Jeremy Kindler of the Ohio State Highway Patrol and with our Public Affairs Unit. The spelling of my name is Jeremy. His first name, last name is Kindler. Amanda, thank you for the opening and for the briefing. I appreciate that. Amanda, thank you for the opening statements for us. I appreciate it. The Highway Patrol's message is really simple. We want to just make sure that everyone makes it home for the holidays to enjoy with their families. It's a very important time. We want to make sure that we remind motorists to drive sober, utilize a rideshare program if possible, buckle up, wear your seatbelts, drive the speed limit. It's very important. We're going to be increasing our visibility out on the roadways this holiday season and coming into the Christmas season. Because we feel it's just as important for you guys to make it home to your friends and family for the holidays. Far too many crashes happen, involving impaired driving. We want to really make sure that that's the emphasis here. Impaired driving. Don't drive impaired. Don't drive distracted. Buckle up. Wear your seatbelts. Always drive the speed limit, especially as our weather's coming in, approaching us. We just experienced some of that this week. Want to make sure that we remind motorists to slow down, drive the speed limit, use caution when possible out on the roadways when the weather gets bad. Just a couple numbers for you guys. In 2024, there was 1,157 fatal traffic accidents. We've been on a steady decline the past 3 years, and we want to make sure that we keep that possible moving forward. So as of October, there's been 938 lives lost on Ohio roadways compared to 997 at the same point this time last year. So one final point that I want to make to everybody is that driving responsibly isn't just a choice. It's a shared obligation. We want to make this a fatality-free holiday period by prioritizing sober driving, wearing your safety belt, and be focused on the task of driving. Thank you.
Good morning. My name is Emily Davidson, EMILYDAVIDSON. I'm the director of the Ohio Traffic Safety Office.
I want to thank our partners at the Patrol and at the Department of Transportation for their support and their partnership on this this blitz and this effort to push to keep our fatalities down over the coming holiday season so that we can get that 4th year of reduction in fatalities. I want to talk a little bit about specifically seatbelt use. Tomorrow, November 14th, is National Seatbelt Day, and Ohio ranks 39th in the country for seatbelt use. So while we've made some improvements over the last couple of years, we still have a lot of room to grow in seatbelt use to be used throughout the state. Over 60% of people killed in crashes have not been buckled up. And that tells us that one of the most important things you can do to stay safe in your vehicle is buckle up, and that's every seat, every time. We know that even if you're unbuckled in the back seat or a passenger seat, you can cause a serious injury or even a fatality to somebody else in your vehicle if you are not buckled up. So we think that's the number one thing you can do to stay safe. It's really the easiest thing you can do as well to stay safe. Seatbelt use is on the rise, but our survey earlier this year showed a record high for seatbelt usage, but we know there's still work to be done. As I said, we still ranked 39th in the country, and we're well below the national average for seatbelt use. Law enforcement across the state will be participating in seatbelt use campaigns over the Thanksgiving holiday. They will also be focusing on impaired driving campaigns during this time as well. We know that over half of our fatal crashes involve an impaired driver. Thanksgiving is well known as one of the most frequent drinking holidays of the year, especially the Wednesday before Thanksgiving. So we encourage everybody to not drive if they've had anything to drink, as well as get a ride share or to arrange a designated driver if they plan to go out drinking. And finally, another thing I want to mention is the holidays are also a great time for new drivers to gain experience. When the weather turns and there's snowy conditions, it's really important that new drivers, especially those that are in their teenage years and getting their first experience on the road, that they get experience in those snowy conditions with a parent or guardian who can help guide them and provide feedback so that they know how to handle those conditions and drive safely. I also want to mention we have a new app called Road Ready Ohio that teen drivers and parents can use to get real-time feedback on their driving behaviors, as well as track their hours towards the 50 hours to get their license. So this is a really great time during the holidays when students are out of school for parents to practice that driving with their students. And that is all I had. So thank you all, and we appreciate, and we'll take any questions. Cover everything.
All right, thank you. All right. Thank you, guys. Yeah, like I said, probably in about 45 minutes or so.
Alrighty, doesn't look like they're taking any questions. Just a pretty simple message as we get prepared for the holiday season. Thanksgiving, obviously, next week. They're really encouraging the use of seatbelts. Obviously, that goes without saying. Drunk driving, hoping during the holidays that people stay smart. And just the basics there, the putting down your phone. Remember, that's now a state law. You can be pulled over just for having your phone in your hand, using it. You need to be hands-free, can't be texting while you're driving. Looks like they're going to have another news conference coming up at noon in regards to some stolen vehicles from this morning. So we'll see if we can get that on our digital properties. Otherwise, look for an update coming up in our noon news on Channel 19. Until then, I'm Dan DeRose with 19 News. Have a good afternoon.